welcome to a brand new week of our homeschool. I'm really excited this week because we're having one of my favourite stories. It's a fairy story that you might already know about a young lady who goes to a beautiful ball and loses her glass slipper. Can you think which story it might be? It's Cinderella! So I'll read you this story now, and all our activities this week will be based around this story. So here is Cinderella. Cinderella's sisters were such a rotten pair. She did all the housework, they never did their share. Oh dear. Poor Cinderella. Look at those two ugly sisters sitting eating chocolates while poor Cinderella has to do all the work. A party invitation came from the prince one day. Cinder said, "Can I come too?" Her sisters said, "No way!" Look, there's a box of chocolates. And here is the invitation. Poor Cinderella, she doesn't get to go to the big party. "You must help us to get ready, and don't you pull that face. Go and fetch our party frocks, our fans, our jewels, our lace." There's all their clothes, look. Cinder's did up all their buttons, and then she tied their bows, put rings on every finger and powder on their nose. That's not very kind, is it? Poor Cinderella. "See you later," said the sisters. Cinder sobbed, "It isn't fair. I never go to parties or have nice things to wear." All at once there was a flash and a puff of purple smoke. It was her fairy godmother. She smiled and then she spoke. There she is, look, her fairy godmother. I wonder what she's going to do. "Find me a pumpkin and a frock, and a frog, and 2 white mice as well. Put them in the garden, and I will cast a spell." The fairy waved her magic wand. "Here's a coach and a ball gown too. Have fun at the party, Cinders, but there's one thing you must do." Oh, my goodness, look. So there's Cinderella in her old raggy clothes. There's the pumpkin. There's the mouse and the frog. And then in a flash, she's in her beautiful ball gown. And the pumpkin has turned into a coach for her to ride in. And the frog is a coachman. And the mice are 2 white horses. Wow, that really is magic, isn't it? But what's the one thing that Cinderella must do? "You must be home by 12 o'clock. Cinders said, "Okay," and went off to the palace to dance the night away. She had a really brilliant time. The prince liked her best. Her sisters whispered, "Who's that girl?" They never even guessed. Now have a look at their faces. They don't look happy now, do they? They wanted to be the ones to dance with the prince, but he liked Cinderella. Oh, look, a great big clock. All too soon, the clock struck 12, and Cinders gasped, "Oh no!" She dashed out of the palace as fast as she could go. The prince looked for her everywhere, but only found her shoe. She'd lost it when she ran away. He thought, here's what I'll do. Look, there's the pumpkin and the mouse and the other mouse and the frog all turned back. I wonder what he's going to do. I'll make each girl in the kingdom try on this shoe to see if I can find the owner, 'cause she's the one for me. So there he is, look, he's gone to Cinderella's house. When Cinder's sisters had their turn, they pushed and shoved and squeezed, but their feet were much too big. The prince was jolly pleased, 'cause he knew that the ugly sisters weren't the one that he danced with. And look, just here, behind the piano, there's Cinderella. I wonder if he'll spot her. And he was just about to leave when Cinderella appeared. May I try on the shoe? She asked. Her horrid sisters sneered. That means they did a horrible kind of laugh. They don't think for a moment it's going to be Cinderella. They don't even know she went to the ball. Imagine their astonishment. They wailed, "It cannot be! The shoe fitted her perfectly!" The prince cried, "Marry me!" What's in here? Oh! Do you think she'll marry the prince? Let's see. Oh, look. Happy Cinderella said to the prince, "I'm yours, but only if you promise me we'll share the household chores." It was the wedding of the year. Guests came from far and wide, and even Cinder's sisters said she made a lovely bride. Oh, look, the ugly sisters are smiling now. Maybe they realised they were mean, and they're going to be nice to Cinderella from now on. And that's the end. And they all lived happily ever after. So lots of exciting activities to do with Cinderella this week. See you later.